When did you realize you can't please anyone? My friend's coworker Ivan was everyone's go-to guy for shift coverage. For 3 years, he'd been picking up everyone's unwanted hours without complaint. He covered Christmas Eve when Callum wanted to fly home early, worked 17 days straight when people kept calling out sick, and switched to nights whenever someone had a date or concert tickets. He showed up during the blizzard when nobody else could make it in, even walked 4 miles through the snow, and Ivan never made anyone feel bad about asking. He'd always say he didn't mind helping the team out, but honestly speaking, I was the only one who ever offered to return the favor. He'd thank me, but say he didn't need it. I felt bad for him. He was drowning in everyone else's responsibilities, but couldn't bring himself to say no. At this point, everyone just assumed Ivan would handle whatever shift they didn't want. But this month was different. Ivan's mom had been fighting cancer for 2 years, and last Monday, she finally lost. He came into work in the morning with red eyes and asked our manager Jet for Saturday off for the funeral. It was the first time in 3 years Ivan had requested time off. Jet nodded and said he'd handle it, even patted Ivan on the shoulder and told him to take care of himself. We all heard him say it. Ivan thanked him and went back to work like always, just quieter than usual. Friday afternoon, Ivan checked the schedule for next week and froze. His name was right there on Saturday morning's opening shift. He walked straight to Jet's office and said, "Hey Jet, I think there's a mistake. I'm scheduled for Saturday, but that's my mom's funeral." Jet didn't even look up from his computer. "Yeah, about that. I really need you here. You're the only one I can count on to actually show up." Ivan stood there for a second like he didn't understand English anymore. "It's my mother's funeral. The service is at 10 a.m. Jet finally looked up with this annoyed expression. "Can't you go to the viewing on Friday night instead? We're already short-staffed. The funeral is when we're burying her. I need to be there." Jet leaned back in his chair. "Look, I get it, but this is retail. Black Friday sales are still going and I need my best people here. You understand, right?" Ivan asked if anyone else could cover. Jet shrugged and said everyone else already had plans or wouldn't answer their phones. "You know how unreliable they are. That's why I need you." Ivan stood there for what felt like forever, then asked what would happen if he didn't show up. Jet's voice got cold. "That would be job abandonment. I'd have to terminate you immediately. No unemployment either." Saturday morning, Ivan was there at 7 a.m. to open the store. Customers complained about the long lines while he worked register with tears streaming down his face. Everyone else who worked that day knew exactly why he was there. Layla whispered she was sorry about his mom. Ace avoided eye contact completely. Talia said Jet was in the wrong, but didn't offer to take over his shift. Jet walked by around noon and actually thanked Ivan for being such a team player and said this was why he was valuable to the company. Ivan didn't respond. During his lunch break, he sat in his car looking at his phone. His sister had sent him videos from the funeral service. His aunts were asking where he was. His brother left a voicemail calling him heartless for not showing up. Ivan listened to it 3 times before going back inside. The next Monday, Layla texted Ivan asking if he could cover her Wednesday shift because she had concert tickets. Ivan texted back one word, no. She sent 5 more messages about how important it was, how the tickets were expensive, how he always helped before. Ivan didn't respond. Wednesday, Ace asked Ivan to switch shifts so he could go to his girlfriend's birthday dinner. Ivan said he couldn't and walked away while Ace was mid-sentence. Thursday, Talia begged him to stay late because her babysitter fell through. Ivan clocked out exactly at 5 p.m. and left while she was still talking. Ivan still works there but never covers for anyone.